I'd like to address the Little Mermaid stuff real quick.
Yeah, sure. Okay. What are you doing over there? Making faces at me. This is audio. They can't see it. You want to fucking fight me, dude?
You started doing something with your microphone, and you were like, "Oh, look at this. It's funny." And I'm like, "It's not funny." Excuse me. But no, the reason why I want to address it a little bit is somebody actually, one of the trolls actually tried to troll this 22-year-old girl by saying she's almost 60. Why is she trying to play a young mermaid? And literally this troll thought that Halle Bailey was Halle Berry. And that's what you get for being stupid. But also, one of our favorite people, I won't say his name because I don't give a shit, but he has his... Sorry, I was trying to grab the audio. The thing is, it's the RK...
I was grabbing the audio from Wrigley Field.
It's RK Outpost, okay, the guy who does RK Outpost. I'm not sure why, but the article I read says that most people don't have access to the dislikes numbers. But for some reason,
took that down.
He does.
And then...
So he went ahead and gleefully announced...
1 million dislikes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, dude.
I don't even know how they look into that shit. I don't care about that.
And why does he have the... Why? Why are we giving him anything?
I wouldn't believe anything.
Special.
I would never believe anything that asshole says.
Right? Fuck you, dude. Hey, and by the way, you want to do like a Logan Paul type of thing?
Logan Paul type of thing?
I'll fight him or something?
Fight him?
Shit, fuck
How
you.
much?
Million, yeah, $1 million.
Why does this fucking soundboard not work?
Because you suck balls.
What the fuck? Hold on.
So, and of course, we don't want to talk about just negative stuff. We want to talk about positive stuff too. And one of the really positive things about this trailer is was it a TikTok trend?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was
a
viral
TikTok,
trend. Yeah. I'm not sure which app or whatever, but it doesn't really matter because it's just a really cool trend where
they're
all
pretty
of these
much the fucking same at this point. Let's be honest.
Sure. But this was really neat because it was all of these really young black girls getting videotaped by their parents, reacting to this, and one of the things I saw on Twitter was like they've gone 70 years and like 19 princesses and shit, all white.
Yeah, the
calm
princess,
the fuck down.
The Princess and the Frog was the first female. Like,
that was a cartoon.
Black, and it was animated. Yeah.
So but again, do you want to take joy away from a little girl?
Tyler, scientifically, the mermaid. I'm sorry, bro. If you bring up science with a fucking mermaid, you have lost the argument.
That's my favorite shit, dude. You will fucking make up any shit.
The sun would not penetrate that far down in the sea. We're talking about a fucking Jamaican singing crab. We're talking about a squid lady. We're talking about Neptune in fucking south.
Nep-fucking-tune, you dipshit.
I don't know. Is that who's in it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I've never actually.
That's their father, right?
The point is...
The douchebag with the fucking trident.
The point is, it's a fucking fantasy, you dumb shit. Just say, it is what it is. And you're right.
Part of you.
You're right. I
fucking
cried when I saw those things. That, like,
how can you not?
She's like, Mama, she looks like me. And like, that's just so good. And I'm like, you people, don't let people rob kids of that, because you're right. Representation does matter.
What do we always talk about?
And by the way, I'll say it every fucking time we got to do it. I'm sorry. I want to make this very clear.
Sure.
You can identify with a character of any race. You can identify with a character of any gender.
Yep.
But that still does not mean it is not important when you are a kid like those girls are, that this movie's intended for, see that on screen. It means something to them.
Little girls in general, like when Wonder Woman came out.
Yes.
I mean...
that's what I'm saying. That's why, like you're saying, that's why representation matters. Yes, you can identify with a character of any race or any gender, but it's very important that these kids are represented so they feel normal.
Right?
So we all treat each other with respect.
And again, let's go ahead and ask the question again. Why do you want to take that joy away from kids?
And by the way, why are you bitching? You fucking losers will not.
Because it's costing you money?
It costs money?
It's costing you money. And
but you also wanted to make a point, too, about The Little Mermaid. before I had to finish my explanation.
Well, no, but I mean,
seeing them seeing themselves and
right. Yeah. Well, we talked about it before. Like when you go into a toy store and stuff. Like I've never had a problem being represented. I'm a white dude. I'm a white guy. All the G.I. Joes, except for a couple of them, are white dudes. Transformers. I mean, they're robots, so never mind. But Star
robots
Wars
in disguise.
Star Wars, except for like Lando, pretty white. Pretty
well,
white.
not if you count the alien races.
Sure. Let's count.
That's
them.
the big difference.
Let's count them.
But that was the joke. Was Lando was the only black guy in the galaxy?
I know.
With the original trilogy.
Well, this is why it's like when people talk about the rings of power and stuff and like well that wasn't the way. Well, how come the Lord of the Rings movie? Because can we say something that is not a popular opinion but is kind of fact? J.R.R. Tolkien was pretty harsh racially. Okay, I don't know if you've ever read the books.
Wait. You know what? How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
I don't know if you've ever read the books.
He is just like H.P. Lovecraft, who has not had any.
Who I am also a big fan of, but also fucking racist as fuck.
When you put the hard N-word in the title, wow.
But if you read the original Lord of the Rings books, in that big battle at the end in the Return of the King,
Battle for Helm's Deep.
Right. Those big elephants or whatever.
Yeah.
The people that ride them are clearly like described by Tolkien
Indian.
as dark skinned.
Yeah, but like so Indian, yeah.
Or African, whatever.
Whatever.
But not to say I don't think J.R.R. Tolkien was racist. I think he was ignorant racially.
Yeah.
And probably saw nothing wrong with it. He probably thought, that's exotic, and maybe I'm definitely not calling Tolkien out for being racist. Okay, I will for Lovecraft. Fuck that guy.
Oh yeah, he was a racist.
But I think Tolkien was not sensitive and maybe didn't need to be in his time. Let's also be aware of what time he wrote in.
Also, who fucking cares? It's
Right,
fantasy.
yeah.
And then, you know what? People are gonna attack me and say like, how can you talk about these things and talk about how much you love them, and then be like, who cares about this or who cares about that? Because again, I feel like
it's
it
priorities.
will not even. Well, yeah. I mean,
what's more important?
Yeah. As an adult, you have to prioritize your time and things
You
like that.
bitching about a 30-minute show or a little girl being like, "Mommy, oh my God, this is the most empowering moment of my young life."
And
I'll tell you, it's not A.
And it's also like
open book.
Like I can separate things and I can review things critically, and we have been passionate about things. We've gotten in angry situations and
I
debates.
Want to kick your ass
because there's things that we care about,
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that, and I'm not discrediting anybody and being like, who fucking cares? But it goes along the lines of, if you're gonna try and complain and say scientifically this mermaid should be white, or
Jesus,
in Tolkien's work they're all European descent and they can't be black or whatever. Like, that's so silly. Why? How does
right?
how?
It's just so.
How even? Well, and it goes back to everything. It's like, again, people just don't understand that these messages have been in movies and been in stories ever since stories have been written. I have something to tell you. Gay people are not new. Trans people are not new. They've existed as long as we've had sexuality in any form.
Yeah, most gods from the old ancient times.
So God forbid if we want to see
or trans fluid.
And again, I can't stress this enough. The people that make videos about this aren't going to see this movie anyway,
right?
And wouldn't have cared about this movie. And I think. And I'll be totally honest with you, I'm not going to see it either. And I think there's valid criticisms of not seeing it because these live-action remakes of the animated movies have not been good.
Still haven't seen Pinocchio, though.
It's terrible.
Really?
People talk. I had a friend of mine.
Have you seen it, though?
I don't want to see it.
Because my mom kind of wanted to see it, and I thought it would be fun for us to watch it together.
I got a friend of mine that I trust's opinion on movies, because him and I usually have the same taste.
Sure.
He said it's fucking garbage. And so, again, and I think, and that's another thing too. Let's bring that up. I think there are people that should be talked about in the Little Mermaid discussion, who are the same people that had to deal with this with any sort of representation in these movies. I think There are people that have fair criticism, and I would agree with them. I think this movie shouldn't exist. I don't, because again, I don't understand.
But the reasoning
because
why
it's
you
like-
don't
it's
want
like
it to
Disney-
exist is
Disney
because
is so clearly
it's
trying-
a live action remake of
And
a beloved
It's
cartoon
nostalgia
classic.
bait. It's nostalgia bait.
Right? And but again, here's why I would counter that with this movie has to exist. You want to know why? Because of the representation. And listen, this young actress, these little girls, all of it matters, dude. You know what I mean? And I know what you're saying. I absolutely get that.
Yeah.
But just kind of a counterpoint, because I think it needs to be said, I think this movie has to be made. Maybe the only live action remake that does. Because they're finally...
But you could. But here's the thing.
Because they're doing something that improves the human community.
You're giving this movie way too much credit.
All right.
You're giving this movie. No, I'm sorry.
You're probably
I'm sorry.
right.
I'm
You're
sorry.
probably right.
I'm telling
well,
you.
I am a bleeding heart son of a snowflake.
I'm not saying this from the fucking fandom menace anti-SJW standpoint, but I feel like this movie, I feel like this was a choice by Disney, by corporate, to be like, well, she has to be of color to get.
Sure, there's definitely virtue signaling.
But
sure.
see, this is the thing. I think like it continues.
But does that matter to the little girls watching the trailer?
No, it doesn't.
Then honestly, I don't give a fuck then.
But given what they have done with the last animated
Sure.
ones, I don't trust this one. And quite frankly, I don't fucking. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
At the end of the
We don't
day,
need any of these live action remakes.
No, not even that.
No. Oh.
Not even that. For me, at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about the Little Mermaid.
Sure.
I'm only fucking talking about it because people made
I
a
brought
big
it up.
deal over nothing.
I don't even know if I told you we were going to talk about it. I just brought it up and you're like, oh, great, let's talk about this.
No, it's.
Fucking son of a bitch.
I was never going to see this fucking movie anyway because you know what?
I know.
It's not for me.
No.
It's not.
No.
And that's fine.
No.
That's fine.
Suck it.
That's part of being an adult. You don't have to make a fucking stupid, clickbaity, whiny bitch YouTube video response to anything that happens and contribute to an endless cycle of bullshit. And that is also why I feel like sometimes, if you want to talk about like conspiracies, you can look at Disney and be like, they made her black to trigger these guys. Like you could almost circularly point that out.
Yeah.
But
why are we still talking about this? I think we made our point.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I want to be clear.
I want to move on to something.
I want to be clear. I just feel like I wish, and it's not Disney's fault. It's not anybody involved. I would love to see the Black Mermaid story,
Yeah.
of it on its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, why can't Disney? Why can't you write an original movie
that's-
about
and
mermaid of color?
And Tyler, this is what I mean. It's the
Why does
cycle.
it have
It's
to
the
be the
cycle
Little
of
Mermaid?
bullshit. Listen, it's the same thing with Ghostbusters.
but then we're sorry.
Stop. It's the same thing with Ghostbusters 2016, where I was against that movie because I didn't want to see another. I was like, I wish they would be able to. And I was same thing. I was frustrated there. I was like, I wish they would be able to make something original, and use that concept and just not be Ghostbusters, and not because it doesn't. I've seen that movie. It's a okay movie. It doesn't feel like a Ghostbusters movie.
No, it doesn't.
And I wish you could do the same thing, and then you could run. But then I don't know, man. We're just talking in circles.
Yeah, you were literally just like, and then
no, because I want to make it clear again that I don't really think that Disney hired a black actress to fill in an agenda. I don't think that's true at all.
No, I don't either. But it does feel like
You
virtue
can understand how
signaling,
people
yes.
could see that.
And what did I just fall into is that old fucking trap that all of these grifters use, which is, well, why can't you just write an original movie about a black mermaid? And like,
yeah. See, that's what I was saying. I caught myself in that.
I fucking said it.
Yeah, I
Fell into that trap.
Exactly.
And that's why I stand by my assessment that this movie has to be made.
And you know what? I was just gonna say I think you're more right in this situation because
I fucking know I am.
Because you're right. It doesn't matter to those little girls that we saw that video of, and that's who that is.
Yes.
And I look. Look. Let me wrap this up and let me get myself out of this hole because I want to be very clear.
You're not in a hole. I think just for a second you were kind of floundering because you were trying to tell your point, but you couldn't find the words.
Yeah.
No, I didn't think you were you're not in a hole.
No, I think it is important I do think it goes back to the thing where representation does matter, and it is good that they can have that. And I feel like, you know what, saying like I want an original story.
I just said I was the one who said it.
I know. Yeah. But doing that, you're right, does kind of put like, okay, but then
we're just playing with the grifters
then you're
game.
just playing that game, and then you
That's
just
what they say.
Who are we? And again, who am I to say if they should make a fucking Little Mermaid movie or not? Like, what do I fucking know?
You can see that potato-headed motherfucker going, why do we have to have a black James Bond? Why can't we have an original story about a British secret agent who's black?
At the end of the day,
why does he have to be James Bond?
At the end of the
Pick up the comedy.
At the end of the day, I know that these corporations don't really care, and I know that these corporations are just going to play the game. They're all going to change their profile pictures to rainbows in June.
Did I just body shame Babyface to heel?
Who fucking cares?
I almost said did I
baby
shame Bodyface to heel? What is it?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Who cares?
Fuck him.
We're not going to say his real name.
Sucking balls.
His real name is
penis
wrinkle.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'll drink your blood.
Yep. So in 1970, so did you get the audio from?
No, I didn't.
Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.